Brenda Biya, daughter of Cameroon's President Paul Biya, has publicly urged citizens not to vote for her father in the upcoming October 2025 election. During a recent TikTok live broadcast, she criticized his decade-long rule, attributing national issues such as poverty and unemployment to his extended leadership. President Biya, now 92, has officially announced his candidacy for an eighth term via his X account, citing widespread support from citizens at home and abroad. He first assumed office in 1982 and is currently one of the world's longest-serving leaders. His administration has long faced criticism over alleged corruption, authoritarian governance, and electoral irregularities. Brenda Biya, known online as King Nasty, has frequently used social media to express dissent against the government. To discuss this, we're joined by political analyst Tabenyang Echu. He joins us from Washington, D.C. Mr. Echu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Thank you for having me.
All right, so this is a very controversial situation. We have the daughter of a sitting president coming out to say, don't vote for my father in the upcoming elections. What do you see this as? Is this, a family betrayal, or is this a very important call coming from a patriot of the nation? And how serious should this be taken?
I think first and foremost, it is a family issue. She seems to come across as being estranged from the family at this time. But you also have to question, she's living in Switzerland and she's not working, meaning that she's still living under the responsibility of the family. So if you look at it, some people think it is significant because she came out and made that call. But within the CPDM ranks and file, it's insignificant as far as she's concerned. First of all, she's not a party carrying member of the CPDM government or party. And then secondly, you are looking at a country where the results of the elections are a foregone conclusion as far as the government is concerned. So a lot of people, even the youths within that country, look at what she did, even though it is something that is commendable that she could come out and take that position as a continuation of the distraction, not to talk about the 43 years failure of his father.
All right, could this have some sort of impact on her father's 2025 electoral dynamics in Cameroon?
Not necessarily, given the fact that with or without her support, his victory is assured, given that it's really not about the opposition candidates, but about the system that has been put in place that is so entrenched with a system of patronage and people looking for their self-interest. So a lot of the youth don't even relate to her. She has no significant following, whether on the social media or even on the ground. And she's speaking thousands of miles away from Cameroon, living in a pristine, air-conditioned environment, and then telling the Cameroonian people what to do. But granted, I think it is commendable what she has done, but it will really not have any significant impact.
All right. Well, she is speaking, despite the fact that she's speaking millions of kilometers away. She is speaking nonetheless. And could Brenda Biya's statement be leveraged to challenge the institutional stability of Biya's extended tenure? Now, he's nearing almost 43 years in office. Is it about time for this to be challenged?
It's not that it's not been challenged before. It's been challenged since 1992 that the Social Democratic Front won the elections. But if you look at the nature of the government that is set up, it's really not about the people, it's about him. And surrounded himself with people who try to protect their own interests. The military is behind him because the military is made up of people predominantly from his tribesmen, the Fang Bulu. So it's quite difficult for any rational analyst to say that she's going to have a significant impact. And how many of those Cameroonians, mothers in the grassroots, in the villages, where most people don't even have access to electricity or internet, saw that video? So it's trending on social media, yes, but do not negate the fact that a lot of the people who are on social media hardly even vote. And even if they vote, most of the time the vote in Cameroon doesn't count.
All right. Like you said, his position, 43 years in seat, almost 43 years in seat, has been challenged since 1992. But at this point, could this public opposition from a family member be used by foreign governments or international organizations to put some kind of diplomatic pressure on the Biya regime?
Sure, but look at a flurry of other foreign dignitaries who have been going to Yaoundé of late. I think last week you had the U.S. Is that AFRICOM general visiting Yaoundé. That's to assure you that they still have trust and belief in the system as far as regional security is concerned. Is there pressure? Has there always been pressure? Yes. There is no way you're going to deny the fact that there has not been pressure in previous election cycles. But if you follow international diplomacy, most of the time, once the election is done, they will come back and say, oh, it was marred by fraud, violence, and all of that. And then within 2 weeks, they are in bed with the same authoritarian regimes. So most of the time, international pressure is just about their own interests too. Unfortunately for the Cameroonian people, they are caught up within between the completely incapacitated Biya and 10 code politicians who were either part of the system or have been working in the background with the regime. So it is a very, very delicate situation. And it is always very difficult for you to uproot a 42-year despotic regime through the ballot box. Maybe Cameroon is going to be an exception.
All right. So before we let you go, do you think that Brenda Biya's statement suggests any fractures within the secession plan, that's if there are any, for a post-Biya Cameroon?
If only she was an insider, because the mere fact that she's the daughter of the president does not in any way or shape and form indicate that she actually was one of the power brokers. If she is not, then I do not see, which I believe that she was not. A lot of her outbursts on social media, most people attribute that to her being mentally unstable, even though most people are not doctors to do those diagnoses. But sometimes if you see a mad person in the streets, you don't need to get a doctor to tell you that person is mad. So granted, I don't think that there is any fracture or fissures within the ruling circle in A2D.
All right, thank you very much, political analyst Tabenyang Echu.